I have a master's in history. At 28, my savings are only 3 digits. Awesome. Host detected. Matching traits. 1. Solid research skills in history. Grade, B+. 2. Obsession with truth. Rated a 3. Current stress index. Level. Meets the activation criteria for the multi-world practice system. Request. Release myth-truth investigation videos. Can be exchanged for real-world resources. Do you want to bind it? New type of scam. Even AI can change tactics now. Please provide verification. Accessing lost evidence from Zhou Li's spring officer. Displaying shadow of the primordial scroll. Providing further verification. Bringing up abnormal disease data from Guangzhou 3, AD 180. Bamboo slip, original way, slip 7, line 3, got it. Wait. Fragment from the proper notes on correct justice scroll. Lost after the Tang dynasty. Guangzhou 3 data decoded together. The National Museum only has 3 fragments. Here it shows the complete slip 7, wow. Where did you get this? This is preserved better than the Mawangdui silk texts. Bind now. Bind right now, immediately. Binding successful. Multi-world time system activated. Beginner mission released. Make a truth ranking video for the 10th chaotic primordial god. Target, plague god Dashan. Mission requirement 1. Base it on authentic texts and archaeology. 2. Video should be at least 15 minutes. 3. Get 100,000 views within 24 hours of posting. Basic reward, startup capital. Mission countdown, 47.59. Mission accepted. Database, ancient Eastern mythology. Some plague data unlocked. Kun 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 kun. Kun 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 kun. Kun 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 kun. Kun kun. After the floods in Jiangnan, standing water remained, and flies started breeding. Need to descend to 7 villages along Zero River. Trigger 3 days of diarrhea. Warning dose must be exactly 1/3. Keep within limits safe for the elderly, women and kids. Never harm the people's foundation. Sir, our incense offerings dropped another 30% this month. Next door at the Plague God Temple, the miracle kid just passed by.
He said they got 3 fat pigs as offerings yesterday.
Because several strong men in Wang family village got sick. That's right, sir. We protected with success. The people are safe, but we get no offerings. They cause harm and still get worshipped. How is that fair? We succeeded in protection. The people escaped disaster and live in peace. That's my duty, the God's mission, not about taking. When it comes to incense, don't compare. Don't talk too much. The beginning of the multi-world. Named Chaotic Truth. Like a blade, it cuts through confusion. First episode of Chaotic Primordial God's Truth List released now. No, 100 coming soon. No, 99 coming soon. No, 11 coming soon. No, 10 Plague God Dashan. Coming up. Who is this deity? Daring to disturb heaven. Bro, he's not a demon or monster. Not immortal or Buddhist. I've never sensed this vibe before. Strange, even my treasure umbrella can't figure it out.
Chaotic primordial god.
Truth list, sounds impressive. The 10th is Plague God Dashan. Isn't he that stripe algae god from the lower world? Dashan. That useless one who can't even get incense offerings. Not worthy for the list. Or what, the smells good list. Maybe they're just making fun of him. The Earth God is on it every day. Multi-world chaotic primordial gods list. Dashan bro, he made it. Quick, tell the river granny next mountain over. Time for some fun.
Hey, boss.
What's that thing in the sky? A new type of sky lantern. Dashan, that stubborn penny pincher, actually made it on the smells good list. You think he went crazy from being poor? Maybe he rigged it himself for attention. What a pity. No matter what, he's still an ignored plague god. Exactly. Up next on the reveal list. Even if he gets exposed, it's the same old broke look. No. 10. God of Perseverance Dashan. What does this mean? Why me? Sir, your name being up there might be a good thing, right? So good. Shouldn't we make it clear that we do prevention? This episode focuses on the list. No, 10. Plague God Dashan, later known as the Plague God. After cross-checking 13 ancient texts, 7 archaeological finds and historic ritual records, here comes a groundbreaking conclusion. Conclusion 1. Job misunderstood for 2,000 years. His main duty was not spreading sickness, but to create mild, controllable symptoms, as a warning to the human world, to help prevent massive epidemics. He was an ancient public health warning agent, not the feared plague god later generations imagined. Sir, did you hear that? It's actually written in the record. It's really written there. They know. They know. We do prevention. We do prevention, that's our job. We're not hurting people. Sir, it's been 2,000 years. Finally, someone's saying it. A lifetime's work. It's even recorded in the Jolie. Could this list really be about the truth? If that snake spirit's right, then Dashan's been framed for 1,000 years. So Dashan is a protector god, not a plague god. I knew there was an old local folk god where I grew up. Think it was Dashan. How'd he turn into the plague god later?
Impossible.
No way. This list is garbage. Nonsense. Total bull. What prevention god? He's just a plague god. Just like us. Boss, this list seems legit. Sounds convincing too.
Bullshit.
They must have mixed it up. Or maybe Dashan made it up himself. Just got lucky somehow. Got some powerful help. Gave him kudos. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Folk legend. Folk legend, Dashan? Bro. Did you hear that? Someone spoke up for you. People remember you. Heaven's got eyes. No, the whole universe sees everything now. Bro, you finally made it. Verified in the Shangtang era, Dashan gave warning in the capital. Accurately issued 3-day mild fever warnings, which made the city clean up completely, stopping a big epidemic that could have hit thousands. A classic example of ancient epidemic response. Yeah, that time I remember no one died. Not one soul. Sir, you did it. You really did it. But then the ancient injustice began right here. The Han Dynasty officialized these rituals. The clerk accidentally wrote down the warden's building and mixed up the real plague spreaders with the ghost spirits who collect sacrifices. One case of negligence. A misunderstanding that's lasted for ages. Sir, it was that murderous Wei Shugui you saw. He framed you. I'm heading to the underworld to find him in the book of life and death. No, that's not necessary. People in later times will see this. They'll know I'm one of the common folks. They'll remember the real me. Even the nickname Enin has been a miswritten character for 1,000 years. Because Anyo the deity was misunderstood, even her duties got confused. Her name was copied down wrong. It's probably the biggest injustice in the divine world. 2,000 years and finally the truth comes out. This name, this duty, this heart finally see the light. Great Shah gives thanks. This episode's truth has been revealed. Right and wrong are judged by the people. Next episode, Chaos Demon God Rankings number 9. The War God Chiyu. Wow, that's one fierce god. Finally cleared my name. If the judge finds out keep it down. But this ranking is kinda interesting. Wonder if it'll bring trouble to our underworld. It's time for folks to see what officials go through. Sir, are we finally getting a lucky turn? Will people start praying to us? That's not the point. What matters is that the term common folks is back in the spotlight. Just doing my duty. It feels right in my heart. Feedback received by the fact-checking video creator. P.S. Just doing my duty. Our hearts are the same. Reporting to the Heavenly King, I used the Universal Patrol Order. I searched all 33 heavens, the 4 continents, even the cracks of the underworld. Didn't find a single trace of magic from this list, or any source of spiritual power. It's like it appeared out of nowhere and vanished just as mysteriously. In all 3 realms, what could possibly escape heaven's net, unless it's not from the 3 realms? Or it exists in a way beyond our knowledge. About the ranking list, the case with that building and the war leader is huge. We need to alert His Majesty immediately and notify the departments of war, fire, and even thunder. Better to prepare early. Eating at public wells affects public health. Nonsense. I'm the god of plague. I rule over disease in the mortal world. Receiving incense is only right. That idiot wants to dodge responsibility. No way. Stay calm, sir. The origin of that ranking is unknown, but it seems to have some real power. What if, even if he tells everyone the truth, people pray to the plague god, but their wishes go to the actual source of plague? As long as we work our magic and make sure there's a stronger outbreak right after Deshayu Jing, people will believe in us, not that garden. So, who will the people trust, the garden or us, the gods who actually work? The ones whose incense really brings results? For all those who make a living off our worship, let's give the descendants of Clerk Lu a dream or two. So their scholars write some articles pushing back. Just say Dasha was always the plague god. The old books will have evil spirits in them. Cell phone video chaos demon god ranking killer episode. Final tally complete. Played 37,452,119 times. Reward, 150,000 yuan. Key regulation technique now fully integrated. Detected faint karmic backlash from Wen Shenxi. Karmic backlash. Tattoo number 4. Didn't take long for tricks to start. Detected minor hostility toward the host. Basic info shield activated. Host should keep a low profile for now. Low profile? I'm just here to check facts. Not afraid, but next up is Chiyu. Really gotta make sure I get this one solid. Hey, my nose just cleared up. My head's not dizzy anymore. Maybe your immune system just got a boost. The system has all his records. especially in archaeological finds and pre-Qin classics. Non-mainstream, non-Confucian accounts. Pull them all up. Also, keep an eye on the plague god's latest moves. Tell me if anything unusual pops up. Database, Mythic Genealogy. Unlocking Connections, Eastern Pantheon, War and Conflict section. Loading archaeological literature data. Monitoring protocol activated. Added keyword, plague god. Unusual rituals to counter disease outbreaks. Starting reminder to you. It's time for your truth to come out. Did you all hear what happened at the southern gate last night? Yeah, we did. The Chaos Demon God Truth ranking? That old fool finally made it to the top, huh? Most wronged bureaucrat in history. That's a clever line. So the Dashaw God actually belongs to the imperial view, not the scattered ones. The mortals below have been worshipping the wrong god for 1,000 years. Really is such a shame. But the preview says the next one is Chiyo Bingju. Could this stir up big trouble? The Lord of War's story is settled since ancient times. Winners take all. Record the truth as it is. If this list really wants to flip things, it won't just shake heaven and earth. Even the court, noble clans, and all the schools will feel it. Hey, some chaos sounds good. No fun if nothing ever changes. I really want to see what this grill is really cooking up. Did 7th and 8th Lords see it? The Living World's Truth Rankings. Yeah, I was so shocked my tongue froze. Turns out the Great Shaw God is actually innocent. Then all those old unsolved wrongful ghost cases we've had. So many strict rules in place. Who dares speak recklessly? But if that list can clear up some ancient messes, it helps our work. And helps the dead. That's a good deed. I heard the next one's about petroleum. Do you think it'll ever be our turn someday? Which one of us down here, for example? Who could Xuanyuan have known back then? Historians would label him evil and turn him into a saint. 1,000 years have passed. Who dares say they really know the truth? Still a true story to be told. Of war, the main figure's true face remains. Of war,
The Lord.
the truth. The start of all weapons. This jade is legit. Now, across all worlds and realms, they're poking at such ancient cases. Going in is dangerous. Bronze-headed, iron-browed chief archaeologist. Early bronze ritual masks, sandstones. Probably references to smelting and vague mythic descriptions of forging metal. Key point, Chiyu didn't just make one weapon. He built an entire system. Detected intense emotional spikes in Chiyu's residual soul. Detected attention from several high-level parties. Mission risk level raised. How can we handle this risk?
Expected this.
The more disruptive the truth, the greater the resistance? Still, with all this evidence, it's not just empty talk. System, help me simulate and reconstruct. A weapons system workflow and gear combinations. Showcase images. Needs to look direct and impactful. In the simulation mall, combine with Longshan culture. Latest pottery molds and bronze artifacts unearthed to make a dynamic demo model. Don't forget that rainstorm. Add climate simulation too. Not making excuses for the emperor. Just showing how complex and random war can be. Sometimes, victory comes down to a sudden shift in weather. Got it. accessing ancient meteorological data for simulation. Chiu, just wait. What you represent isn't shame and defeat, but on the path of civilization, a brilliant but buried seed of tech. Chaos Demon God, ranked ninth on the truth list. Chiu, Lord of Weapons.
His later labels, Loser Demon and War Maniac.
Recently, through archaeology and classical texts, his true story is being fully restored, overturning the winner-takes-all narrative. Founder of ancient military industry, father of standardized war. First, the proof. The red head and iron brow aren't demon features, but actually early bronze, helmet and mask descriptions in literature. Archaeological evidence. Chiu's tribe were the first to master large-scale bronze smelting and casting. Their personal protective gear was generations ahead of other central clans. Our tribe's hot blood, bronze, and unbreakable iron, refined 1,000 times over. Revered by our descendants, Taoists and demons came as one group. The day the military system was founded. This list is pretty bold, but its training methods are useful. The key was weapons, not just inventing single arms, but creating China's first full weapon classification and distribution system, an equipment allocation system. The weapons system. It laid out the early military-industrial framework and the idea of standardization. Classic war manuals later mention this. Enlightened Emperor Ming. Look at this weapon system chart. It's not just a weapons list. It's a prototype of military logistics thinking and matches our team's latest research on Longshan settlements perfectly. Old King Chiu is the loser, the villain, that's been set for 1,000 years. This mysterious video might just be chasing clout. Professor Lee, but all the archaeological evidence checks out. Those bronze records and metallurgical analyses can't be faked. If Chiu really did have better bronze technology and organization, then the whole Battle of Jiolu needs rethinking. Going after the Lord of Weapons himself. This list really is asking for trouble. Perfect. Let them take the heat. We'll keep our plan against Da Shao moving. Master in charge, wise as always. Still, judging by this list, there probably is something backing them. What's there to fear? If the sky falls, the big shots up top will hold it up. We just keep collecting our incense. War among all factions was never what later legends simplify as justice or chaos. The real twist was the sudden extreme weather. Chiu's tribe relied on advanced bronze gear, but lost every edge in heavy rain and mud. And it backfired. That was a change in fortune, not a flaw in their fight. Strip away the Confucian values stuck on later to defend orthodoxy, and all that moral judgment. Chiu was a military leader, ahead of his time, a tech revolutionary, and a pioneer in industrial organization. His defeat was due to specific conditions, where tech advantages got wiped out by random elements. But he left ideas behind that quietly shaped Chinese and even global military history. Truth number 9 revealed. Reconsider merit and blame. The spirit of war can rest now. The origin of weaponry. These words ring true. If it weren't for that heavy rain back then, and if Yinglong hadn't helped, the outcome would have been uncertain. But that's fate. Destiny, too. Heaven works in mysterious ways. Rise and fall, creation and destruction, they all involve you. If you can finally let go of this obsession, your soul will return to the earth, and a karmic debt will be settled. The Shiyu research video is now live. Real-time monitoring with multidimensional feedback. Warning: detected high-intensity, multi-source spiritual scanning. Attempting to trace the video origin. Level 9 encryption and path camouflage activated. Warning: detected heavenly quartz Haitian mirror scan. Warning: detected underworld sin mirror activity. Come on. Everyone, investigate if you want. Let's see if your powers are greater, or if the system built by the myriad realms is tougher. Let's see how much chaos this stirs up. Chi-Yu module settlement complete. Human history. Major discussions trending in academic tech circles. 300% reward, 200,000 yuan. Weapon archive king has been finalized. Received advanced gravity alloy formula from Chi-Yu's remnant soul. This is the weapon king. Feels like it's become instinct. This thing means a lot. I shouldn't keep it. Can the system send it anonymously and safely to where it should go? Apply multiple layers of encryption and root masking. Simulate an accidental data leak. Or send through anonymous international academic channels. Targeted delivery to the top 3 materials science labs in China. Core database. And make sure it's real and verifiable. Alright, that's the plan. Be careful not to leave any traces. Executing. Damn, 5-point system. So these are ancient weapons. Standardized and categorized, huh? Chi-Yu was basically the ancient minister of armaments, plus head of logistics. That rain simulation was amazing. Bronze tools rust in water. So fighting in mud is definitely a disadvantage. Looks like adaptability mattered a lot in ancient warfare.
His Majesty is well known.
But this myriad realms historical ranking keeps challenging ancient established views. It's already causing turmoil among scholars. Heavenly officials are debating endlessly. Venus' descent to Earth is taking on a unique path. The Confucian and historian schools are criticizing heavily, saying it's shaking the orthodox view of history. But new academic groups and craftsmen praise it. Everyone's showing respect and admiration. Slight turbulence in resentment shifts. Even more troubling, some ancient tribes connected to Chi-Yu and mountain or river spirits are showing signs of awakening fate. And some dormant ancient battlefields seem to be stirring. Looks like troubled times ahead. The one behind this ranking, what exactly are they after? If they're only seeking the truth, why target such sensitive topics? Order extra agents from Yilingguan to keep looking into it. But do not initiate conflict. And especially don't alert the video creator. Yes, but the Plague Division's actions about that building seem a bit suspicious. Handling their picks isn't urgent. Right now, focus on the Weapon Master issue and watch for what happens next with this ranking. So here come the Wind Lord and the Rain Master, unleashing storms. Then the Yellow Emperor arrives. The Sky Maiden is called Ba. You tamed the flood and defeated Chi-Yu. Ba could never return above. She doesn't belong anywhere now. A hero who fought in battle. But now she's seen as someone trapped below. She doesn't have a home anymore. She changed from goddess to the wild horse that no one dares to face. That shift in her fate. It's a way crueler and deeper cut than Chi-Yu's defeat.
He's no loser.
He just paid the price of being used. Host Team 8 is super curious now. All related data is ready. Heads up, this is about climate laws and war ethics. And hero treatment sensitive stuff. Risk is higher than the last two. This isn't some myth or fairy tale. It's actually a mythologized climate intervention event. Someone had to pay behind the scenes.
His story
Deserves more thought. Pull up all records on Nuwa, from classic of mountains and seas to Han Dynasty texts, all the way to later legends. And climate data linked to the battle on land. Ancient geography and hydro data. Focus on the turning point from Sky Maiden to Hamba, and how the story went dark after. Now, starting the connection analysis. Alright, let's talk about our 8th entry. the chaotic demon god. Entry number 8. Hamba, goddess of droughts. In later ages, the drought-bringing outcast. Deep dive time. We dig into the double reality. Hero of the Pearl Road battle. And also, maybe the earliest recorded tragic sacrifice in civilization. Nua's elder. He's been sitting there for thousands of years. That feather I got hunting deer back then. The threads of fate entwine, making everyone what they are today. But he's the one who suffered most. Highlight moment. Set as the key turning point of the hero in the Pearl Road battle. Sky Maiden Ba descends by order. Her unique power is precise. Climate intervention starts up. She perfectly creates a region of extreme drought, canceling out Chiyu's lightning and rain advantage, taking away his terrain and morale edge, setting up the final victory. A huge strategic contribution. So Hamba is the drought goddess who saved the day. She's the hero. That lady is awesome. She made the heavy rains vanish. Don't say that. Don't talk nonsense. They're just scared. It's an unlucky turning point. Victory came with a price and disaster. Research shows her powers were pushed over the limit in battle. She fell into an irreversible time and space trap. She lost fine control of drought radius and strength. Land turned barren everywhere she went, from weapon of war to the source of disaster and peace. With a failure she couldn't fix, and growing fear and rejection, Ba didn't fight back or run. She asked to be banished forever to the dead edge of civilization, north of Chishui. The hero turns away from glory, stepping into endless emptiness, self-exiled to keep the land prosperous. Leaving behind a demonized reputation forced by later generations. Ba, in the age of myths, was the core operator, an accidental victim, of a tragic climate experiment. Her stories about power being a double-edged sword, the ethics of sacrifice, and how a civilization handles the old metaphor of discarding used-up heroes. His lonely exile was how early civilizations saw and handled technical side effects and tried to respond. Accomplished but died because of it. But people gave her a bad name. A sad fate. Back then I caught the deer and the rain, each for their own master. Henba. Only today do I see you suffered even more than me. Sorry, rain master's at fault here. Henba. Module complete. 25,000 yuan reward granted. Partial humidity control power integrated. This power now softly resonates with Hamba's source. Let's try it out. Nice. Helping people and saving flowers is way more useful than making droughts. Hope this little poetic connection makes her feel better. Did you see it? Hamba Sr. That's real power. But in the end, it was an irreversible price for victory. And her credit was downplayed, blamed for centuries, banished till death. How is that fair? Climate Bureau is jointly petitioning the heavens to revisit the record and credits for Hanba in the landfall battle. Posthumous Strategic Climate Merit Award recommended. To clear her name. Give her back the title, Goddess Hanba. And make exile easier on her. You all feel a certain way. I get it. Quiet, please. You all feel that way. I understand. But this is a big deal. Let's park the discussion for now. Even the Emperor and the heavens matter here. It's not just Climate Bureau's call. Good is good and bad is bad. Nua's story really was purposely hidden. Her tragedy was more about things spiraling, not what she wanted. I've already sent the smallest bit of nourishing water north of Chishui. Transmitted a drop of essence that way. I say let's not rush to overturn the record. Let's study the climate and set up eco-recovery experiments near the edge of Han territory north of Chishui. Try creating a tiny, controlled, moist buffer zone. That brings a bit of life and lets us observe rule changes. And it's a tiny overdue apology, an act of good faith from us. Let the memory lead. Seconded. The moist buffer project can start in principle, but extreme caution is needed. The plan must be reported to Celestial Court. Don't provoke rule backlash or public debate. I know the balance. I understand. This isn't just technical sense. It's more about our generation of gods. Dealing with what's left from the prior one. 3 rankings are out. Giant Shock, Chiyu, Hanba. Not failures, but victims of sacrifice. There may be reasons behind all these reversals. Should we pause our Shark Plan 11 projects? No need. Now's a good time to test. If the multiverse really rights wrongs, or just spits out so-called truths after the fact. If a mere tattooist can stop us, there's nothing to worry about. Stick to the plan. Keep the incense burning. Understood. But the Hamba case, it actually made even that stubborn Rainmaster take action. That's worth noting. Keep watching, especially the next one ranked. Received weak signals from north of Chishui. A light info stream. It's been processed per the sender's intent. Directed to 3 top research institutes. On different continents. In their internal databases. That's a heavy, precious gift. Hope those scientists can learn from it. Even if it just means a few more blades of grass in the desert, that's something. War, disaster, sacrifice. Next up. The peak of something purely man-made. Based on host thinking trends and current public opinion analysis, suggest the next target. Oh Yezi, God of Forging. Relevant topic, technological innovation and standardization. Bureaucratic system of the divine realm. Risks. May affect some gods who prefer custom-made divine artifacts. Benefits. Oh Yezi's journey from mortal craftsman to innovator in the divine realm. Great topic, let's go with him. This star iron is indeed strong, but it's poor in flexibility and energy transmission. If judged by ancient one-piece forging methods, at least 30% of this batch has to be scrapped. Divine materials are even harder to handle than human iron. Waste is also huge. Hey, Master Oyezi. 800 years ago, you submitted to Jiangsu Ojian that proposal for artifact standardization, plus the follow-up 13 petitions. My Star-Lord still hasn't replied. Not just no reply. Last time, the inspector from the Divine Forge saw our prototype standardization database and said it was too aggressive. Lost the divine weapon. Every god in the cloud palaces wants to show off status and prestige. Exclusive customization shows true nobility. What's the point of unified standards? Just lowers the value. Efficiency could triple. Waste could be cut in half. Maintenance would be much easier. Why don't they care about this? Chaos Demon Truth List, number 7. Replication target. Oh Yezi, god of forging who bridges mankind and gods. 52 magical artifacts forged in single kill runs each month. Currently being inspected one by one. Nana's Truth List again. This time it's Ou Yezi. The one always inventing clever tricks. The craftsman who doesn't get what makes divine objects special. Standardization, that's just mass production by human craftsmen. Trashy copper and iron tricks. And you dare use them for divine artifacts. My master's 9 heavens thunder machine is absolutely unique. Whoa, the founder appeared. Historical image, master swordsmith among mortals. After joining the divine realm, cutting-edge craftsman in innovation crisis. This episode's research, from mortal craftsmen to divine realm innovators within the system. The true journey and loneliness. Master is on the list, huh? Me. Archaeological validation. Oyezi is not just legend. His forged Longyuan Haiji and Gongbo swords, back analyzed by modern technology. Materials and craftsmanship far ahead of their era. Very likely used super-era materials like cloud iron. And his original one-piece forging technique. That's master's skills in the human realm. Turns out we actually did it. One-piece forging is not a myth.
Its essence lies in
Mastering material properties and energy flow and temperature control, reducing joints and energy nodes, leading to better overall performance and durability, and improved energy transmission. This simple, efficient thinking matches later integrated designs, engineering ideas of minimizing redundancies. Yep, that's the idea. Less joints means fewer weak spots, greater strength and energy. That's how it works for human iron. Even more so for divine. Why can't those gods get it? After becoming a deity, Oyezi brought advanced mindsets to the divine realm, aiming to boost overall forging efficiency, reduce divine material loss. His proposal for standard equipment for heavenly troops faced strong resistance from old mindsets about custom and prestige. Firestar Lord praised us last time. Yet clearly we could save much more divine material, forge way more and better standard equipment. Improve heaven's overall power fivefold. Resonance across times. Oyezi's one-piece concept and standardization vision. They're not just empty dreams. In the mortal world, a tech called 3D printing is reshaping things with similar logic, pioneering manufacturers' loneliness, often simply because the era isn't ready for their vision yet. Mortal affairs ended up mirroring this path, and went so far, and got so refined. My idea wasn't wrong. Need a jolt from the future. Need even more solid proof. Got it? Master Oyezi's rejected plan has the same logic as the mortal world's new tech, called 3D printing. See, I said. Unified standards are good. If broken in battle, just swap a spare spearhead and keep going. But every officer's weapon must be unique. Hard to fix when broken. Custom new weapons take forever. Keep your voice down or those gods who love custom, or the number one official might hear. Marching. This list is clearly pointing at me, waiting to put on a ritual show. Sticking to their post with little tricks. And dare compare that to divine forging, what a joke. Maybe the tech is useful, but the divine way values spirit and uniqueness. How can mass-produced items have spirit? No need to discuss further. Just comfort Oyezi a bit, give him some scrap to continue research. Don't let him make controversial stuff again. Oyezi unit settlement complete. Reward, 300,000 yuan. Tool affinity granted. Precision operation integrated. Received Oyezi's gift. Forging inspiration and metal microstructure sensing. This ability? It's a repair god tool for home and travel. This gift is substantial. Must study this carefully. But for now, time to think about the next one. Even the god of craftsmen was treated so unfairly. This truth list is deep, uncovering secrets the gods wanted to hide. Interesting, getting more interesting.
Dasha is a thing.
Chiu is defeat. Nuba is resentment. Ode is entrapment, poking right where it hurts, tearing open old scars. I'm curious who's next. Sweating for some old pals now. Any insider info? Who's the next unlucky? Oh no, the next honorable god to make the list? Stop teasing me, sir. I only know every palace is both anxious and excited, hoping to be vindicated, but afraid of hidden skeletons, especially those with unique minds and complex reputations among mortals. Like who? For example, the one obsessed with rules and order, or those highly worshipped, but with legends of mixed good and evil, those controversial goddesses and lords, or the impartial judge in the underworld, who has his own disputed cases. If it's really about him, his gaze becomes blurred. If it's true, what should we do? Lord Judge heard it. He's probably unsure himself. Heard about that case. Did you guys see it? The truth list is so revealing. It even exposed Ouyi's isolation in heaven. What does that show? It shows the archivist is impartial. Doesn't matter if it's heaven or hell. I saw it. It makes me feel restless. Our old cases in the underworld. Conflicting laws and sentencing scales. Problems are piling up like mountains. Some soul's resentment lasts millennia. People say, careful, walls have ears. But if we could get that archivist, with undeniable logic and records, to clear up those ancient disputed cases based on the origin of law, it would help our work. Justice for souls and the underworld's dignity. That would be a great merit. I heard the archivist's next target might just be truth investigation. The foundation of law lies in precise statutes and reasonable logic, preserving the essence for posterity. If the future's view of my laws and my legacy is truly confused or misinterpreted, then let me join. Let's hear this modern research. Just how much weight does it hold? Strange. Why do I feel a chill? Like a strict teacher is watching me. System prompt detected near host. Slight attention from a high-level being. It seems the subject has noticed my intentions. Good, saves me the trouble of choosing. Gao Yao, god of law. Punishment began with iron rules. But killing isn't the goal. More subtle than Nuba. More fundamental than Ouyuthi. Test the spirit and the light of the law. Is Shizi a divine beast? Or a psychological tool for ancient judges? Linking massive data to judge causality. Conceptual research requires extreme precision. Any deviation could ripple through the laws of nature. High risk level. I see, the point isn't the crime, but clarifying the source, peeling back the layers, becoming more like the real official, the true him, in the original rules established, of cautious action and education. Where is the seed of innocence? Let's work. System, retrieve all related records. Compare annotations across eras. And I want to know Shizi's image in archaeology, its earliest form and evolution. Gao Yao's actions brought fortune. He founded the system of law, but his work emphasizes self-discipline. The goal was to bring peace to people. This internal contradiction is more subtle than Nuba's sacrifice, more basic than Ouyi's dilemma. Analyze data to judge. The rules of causality. Research must be extremely precise. Any logic flaw or lack of evidence could disturb the rules of law. Clarify the source. Peeling back the layers. The law God symbolized by the official. The original rules set down. Caution and the principle of innocence. The core is 2 points. First, what is the beast exactly? A mythical creature or a mythologized tool? Second is punishment for deterrence, or a necessary evil to replace private revenge. Let's begin. Chronicles of Myriad Realms. Investigating the truth. Since the gaze is fixed here, let me and my old friend listen. How do descendants judge the dawn of law? It's here! It's here! The official actually reacted. Abnormal law fluctuations. Lord Gao Yao is really on the list. I'm so nervous. When we check divine laws or judge immortal disputes, we often cite him, the principles Lord Gao Yao left behind. I wonder what the archivist will say. 1 bet 10 low-grade spirit stones. He will definitely mention. Shizi, any takers? Plants have their own nature. Medicine is like the human heart. Observe its gentleness. To use it properly. I will remember, Master. Master Hua too. A new ranking seems to descend. The aura is exceptionally solemn. The young friend points to Lord Gao Yao. He's the foundation of the 3 realms order. Chaos demon god. Truth list, number 6. God of law. Gao Yao, ancestor of law and punishment, master of the Shizi, core research direction, trace the first light of Chinese legal thought, identify the reality behind the divine beast, distinguish the original spirit from later rigidness. Ancient texts say, crimes should be light. Marriage should be heavy. Be clear about the punishments, to avoid the need for them. Since ancient times, reputation matters. When in doubt, better not to punish. Marriage should be judged later. Education is the foundation. Only then can justice be truly served.
This
is the verdict he left 4,000 years ago. Doubtful crimes are treated lightly. Merits are weighed heavily, as shown in the ancient scrolls. Not a single word differs. This means if there's doubt, there's no crime. Contributions must be rewarded. Gao Dao saw through all of this long ago. We found the evidence. When in doubt about the crime, go easy. Yeah, exactly. That's how the 7,300th rule of the Heavenly Code quotes it. But later, so many earthly dynasties only focused on the 5-element canon's harsher parts. They forgot half of the core principle. Future generations overemphasized punishment and deterrence. That's abandoning what really matters. Missing the original purpose of comparison.
He wasn't an all-knowing, all-powerful spirit beast,
but an ancient creature gifted with sharp senses and insight. Trained over many years. Now he walks around, nose to the ground, watching tiny facial twitches and changes in pupil color. Smelling emotions in the air, Gao Dao used it as a powerful tool for behavior analysis and psychological deterrence. This is documented as the oldest approach to criminal psychology, helping with investigation and interrogation mind games. Later generations turned it into a mystical symbol of justice. That's just romanticizing early wisdom and exaggerating its practical value. You and I, old friend, did the same back then. There was no magic in it. Only being picky about food and good tea was foolish. Keeping the instrument close to the ear, the original intent of the 5 elements is restored. It's not a terrifying list encouraging endless torture, but a clear criminal code for last resort use. Before it's applied, there's a thorough case classification system and a social risk assessment process. It always comes with the call for setting good examples. The original goal was clear, predictable, and alternative. Punishment instead of private revenge. To keep social stability. What Gao Dao created wasn't just a punishment list, but an early, systematic way to handle cases, with graded sentencing, an early framework for fitting punishment to the crime. He's honored as the god of law, not for harsh punishments, but for his careful, humane system, and his early focus on fair processes and standards. The law exists to clarify right and wrong, to define good and evil, and to bring peace to the people. Otherwise, law becomes cruel tyranny, and its true purpose is lost. Then it's just empty ritual. Old laws can still be followed, but in this case, his final act of repentance, and the reasons behind it, there's new evidence now. The old lesson says, doubt means leniency. Education must come first. Reversal of judgment is the 8th level of punishment. Happens every 150 years. Let's see if he truly regretted and repented during his sentence. Then decide what's next. Old friend, future generations haven't forgotten the origin. Even if the light of law is covered in dust and twisted, the truth will always emerge. Did I really win this time? We finally made it to this day. Hurry, hurry. Get the record for chinking and that official, and the case classification flowchart as reference points, plus Shizi as a crime investigation tool. And the conclusion, add them to the new code's overview. Put them right at the top of the principal's appendix. Make sure they're bold and highlighted. Told you so. There's no way Lord Gao Dao was just a cold-faced judge, ancestor of the archives. He's all about process, evidence, and education. Still, I admit my loss. This ranking is seriously hardcore. You all are making a scene, not acting proper at all. This is a place of law. Mind what you say and do. As for this ranking list, let's archive it for now. No going invisible without permission. And do not criticize the current heavenly code. Gao Dao unit settlement complete. Reward, 280,000 yuan. Logic review integrated. Special gift included. Highly encrypted ancient dark core logic diagram. Allows deep level. Boosts host logic and structure skills. Purchase one force majeure package. Not limited to landlord's bad mood. Or a landlord's pet going missing causing neglect. How is this even an overbearing clause? It's totally illogical. This skill is really practical for avoiding traps. As for that learning module, now things look a lot clearer. Feels like unraveling a mystery. Gao Dao's thank you giftlets also return it anonymously. Compile into academic inspiration snippets for those truly working for legal reform and scholars studying legal history and thought. Set up to use inspiration dreams. Linked with serendipitous document discovery mode. Professor, did you see last night's trending list? They say the threat near Gao Dao might actually be some sort of police dog. Do you think that's true? I saw it, though it's pretty down to earth. The research is solid, very fresh perspective. Especially the emphasis on the Yue Qingqing principle and restoration of the Wuxing Qing process flow. It gave us a great entry point for legal history study. This is what I'll focus on next week. Attention grabbing. Calling a sacred beast just a dog is disrespect to traditional culture. Gao Dao of the five elements stands for majesty. Why bother with those little process details? But teacher, if ancient justice really valued precise procedures, isn't that even more worth our pride and study? That's a step forward over just strict laws. He's got a point. Yeah, procedural thinking. After the law, let's switch to something lighter and more relatable. Like those deities close to normal life, their dark pasts probably aren't too heavy, but definitely more lively and fun.
Kitchen god, door god, earth god, city god.
Or there's this deity in charge of 1 billion families, beloved by many but can't always speak freely. It's you, kitchen god. Calling you kitchen god is too plain. Need a catchier title, one that fits modern vibes better?
Target, kitchen god.
Related fields: family ethics, social morals, folk customs, grassroots duties, ecological risk. Could start debates on family ethics and re-examine traditional rituals. This guy stole oil again this year. Gotta mark this noted as a monthly good deed. Add some points to their merit. Whoa, these cases just keep piling up. Oh no, oh no. East Street, Zhang family. 3 mother-in-law and daughter-in-law arguments. But happy New Year's Eve dinner. Lots of garlic in the hot pot. West Market, Lee family. Wasted food 5 times. But secretly donated for education once. Balancing out merits and faults. Ooh, this is giving me a headache. What's going on? The former emperor is fine. Why is there suddenly a T? Feels like someone's targeting me. Bad faith fact checkers are coming. Old Wang licks his lips. Say more good things. Leave out the bad stuff. This family's mother-in-law fights are up 300% this week. Mostly because they're both caring for a sick kid. That's a lot of stress. Understandable. But should we record all these quarrels as faults or just watch and see? Suggest sending them family harmony tips. Man, these earthly records are harder to sort than the heavens incense accounts.
Boss?
East District had 300 unusual food waste reports. Yeah, turns out the community is pushing clean plate campaigns. Now they proactively log leftovers thrown away. Does this count as learning from mistakes or new faults? Let's keep an eye on it. Decide later under social trends impact. That's causing stat shifts. Check the overall picture later. Old Do is busy. Heard a truth list is hot lately. Digging into God's private stuff. Are you the next? Big shot with 1 million household lights. Boss Jia Jia. What list? All I do is track every family's good and bad. Live with integrity. And do my duty. What's there to dig up? Hey, who knows, maybe. Your yearly report. Eh? Any salty content in there? How many melon candies did you take as bribes? Nonsense. Incense isn't bribery. That's human warmth. No, need to check the situation. From household ethics auditor to cute God with a mouthful of sticky candy, to today's year-end worker in the eyes of people, the change and contrast in this shrine is wild. The point isn't that the God changed, it's people's expectations and interaction styles. Looking at written prayers, it changed from asking forgiveness to asking for kind words. Sometimes a bit bribery-flavored, not about God turning corrupt, but how gods and humans relate. A shift from awe to warm, humorous ties. The kitchen god isn't the cold judge. He's Earth's community mediator and family reporter. Analysis. Key target God identity, tightly tied with emotions and morals of millions. Direct, deep connection. Data is massive. Research must balance divine dignity and grassroots humor. Avoid over-entertaining or over-seriousness. Something feels off. My eyelids twitching. Feeling unsettled. That truthless even dares to call Gao Dao's shoes big puppy shoes. What wouldn't they say? Chief, judging by the list's patterns. Seems he prefers gods who get misunderstood, those who've been wronged. Proves Chief, you're hardworking and fair. Chinming from the bureau is really just, hey, think about it. Every year on the 23rd or 24th of the last lunar month, I report on each family's good and bad deeds. But really, who doesn't have their flaws? If I report every little thing by the book, heaven would be total chaos. So I have to weigh the pros and cons, balance merits and faults, report more good, less bad. Life's not easy for anyone. So, is that considered sugarcoating? Does that count as neglecting my duty? And about that candy. Sure, it's a sweet mouth symbol. But once mortals do this, will folks say I can't resist a sweet bribe? So about this year's summary report wording. Should we be extra careful? Of course we should. It has to sound warm, with lots of human touch. Especially those with small mistakes but good hearts. Families who get along with their neighbors, give them more credit. The main idea is still merits and faults balancing. Highlight strengths, downplay issues, focus on encouragement, got it. Hi. Kitchen God. God's core function. Monitoring every family's deeds. Annual report to the heavenly court. Actually, this created the earliest moral feedback system. The top offerings evolved from blood to wine and meat, then to sugar candy. This change reflects people's desire for a better relationship with the gods. It's also about bringing that relationship closer.
It's sold.
The kitchen god isn't an untouchable judge, but like an ethical censor in every home, and a sort of emotional buffer. His year-end report is actually collecting the joys and sorrows of every household, self-reflection and expectation, and sending them in some way back to heaven. He's the biggest grassroots intel terminal in the godly world, and the one who understands human struggles best. A true people person with heart. Just use that topic. Split into 3 parts, with a final bonus scene. Compare the busy scene of creating gods in heaven with the human world, and the chaos and resonance of end-of-year reviews in a company. Okay, final segment for voiceover. Import check complete. Video. The Kitchen God's year-end crisis and the truth about mortal life. Production finished. Meets publishing standards, ready to release. Release, Lord do. Please take a look at how people today see your hard work. Visiting every home, worrying about everyone. Here we go. Kitchen God. Looks like things are getting lively. His ledger is the most confusing in all 3 realms. Oh wait, it's a ledger full of feelings. It impacts billions. And if the rankings are right, his influence may be deeper and wider than the top names before him. Just got the news. Seems like the kitchen gods department started tallying up early this year. We used to pray to him every year, hoping he'd put in a good word for us. Thinking back now, with all the fights and noise at home, he must have felt pretty torn too. If he really understood what regular people go through and put in a good word for us, that'd actually be great. Relatable. But who gets me? My spouse argues with my mother-in-law every day. Why doesn't the kitchen god help fix that? Your spouse's temper is way too much. Can't blame the gods for that. Isn't the kitchen god supposed to keep households in harmony? Never saw him once. Is he really effective? He says he'll only report up, not actually advise anyone. Even those reports don't seem to help with my mother-in-law.
Chaos Demon God.
Truth chart number 5. Super in-depth grassroots reporting god. That's the kitchen god. From a watchdog to one of us. A god, brought down from the pedestal by people's jokes and daily life, and turned into the most down-to-earth guardian god. This episode uncovers he's not a cold moral cop, but the biggest morality and warmth censor at the grassroots. That's why. I'm just looking for a ruler, you know? Censor is a good word for it. We're basically feeling out the ups and downs of human life. People use sweets as bribes, but they're really just asking for more understanding and kindness toward their everyday family messes. Kitchen God gladly accepts. It stands for the gods, understanding and tolerance for real, imperfect lives. This isn't corruption. It's about the relationship between people and gods. In the kitchen, the most lively part of the home, and heaven's top grassroots outpost. When faced with the huge, subjective world of families, those KPs need balance and judgment. Writing that year-end report, the stress and struggle of the job, creates a deep connection with all the modern workers stressed over year-end summaries. It's a soul bond across time. He isn't a god. He's a divine employee. Boss. You're quitting? Even our sponsor couldn't stand weeks of our struggles. Whose report is worse, the Zhangs, Lis, Wangs, or Ma's? Heaven's top office drone totally deserves the title. We want better working conditions. Be quiet, let's look proper.
But honestly,
this ranking does make some odd sense. Turns out that kitchen god really has it tough. Just like your boss at work. Stuck writing reports too. Thank you for your hard work, Lord Du. Please excuse our family's little messes. Next year, let's try to argue less. Even the kitchen god has to write year-end reports, harder than our finals essays. And he's got to remember all the sweet bribes too. Haha. Everyone heard it. We are not cold-hearted judges. We embody the warmth of human life. We are the messengers of perception, a bridge for ethical and heartfelt communication. This year's summary, while staying fair and never tolerating evil. Let's also consider empathy and self-reflection. Try to be more aware of our own flaws. Of course, we still have to record mistakes when needed and learn from them. It's just about the overall wording and tone in the report, which can be adjusted a bit, to show the general kindness in society and the warmth of family. After all, even heaven values compassion. Show some understanding for the people. Understood, got it. The video creator got feedback. Once again talking about daily life, staying down to earth. Thanks for your hard work, Master Du. The deification segment has ended. Reward, 350,000 yuan. Household skills mastered. Passive skill fused with special gift. Received. A blessing filled with the warmth of thousands of households. Info flow. Slightly boosts host's natural likability among people. and sensitivity to daily life details. Household skills mastered. Wow, that's so practical. This suits me way better than any combat skill. Wow, quick, take a picture. This deep dive really brought old traditions back to life. What we're seeing is the witty, lively interaction between the ancestors and the gods. A true example of people putting gods to use. Sister Zhang, how's your kitchen god's tree doing this year? Pretty good, pretty good. I told my husband, argue less, help out more. Gotta earn good reviews. Smells even better than last year, right? Smells so good, I want to camp by your stove all day. Brother Kitchen God, come by whenever you want. With the door gods guarding me, I feel so safe. I like hearing that. Yeah, having everyone together just feels joyful. Uncle Earth God is right. Today is all about having fun. Congrats to everyone. After all this, I'm working with a lot more confidence now. I can stand taller. People finally get what we do. Appreciate it. Congrats, Master Du. Now everyone down there says, you're the most relatable god around. Looks like your incense offerings will soar. Yeah, and even us old-timers are getting some attention too. A family just fixed their old well. They mentioned my name. Same here on my end. Some young folks actually asked about local traditions. They want to revive Earth God worship. All thanks to Master Du and that trending list. Ah, you flatter me. But seriously, the truth ranking was scary at first. But as long as it's fair, it's a good thing. At least now we grassroots gods. Today's pastries are Yaoqi's new orchid cakes. They smell amazing. Even I'm craving one now. Come on, let me offer you a bite. Drink as you like. Just don't pass out by the pool. So lively. Even the Big Dipper gods showed up. They're really curious. Master Du is definitely trending now. Even in my temple on Earth, my followers are asking if the flower goddess will have to do a growth report too. Don't even mention it. The microclimate records I manage might need to be made into a PowerPoint too. So busy, so lively. Well, here we are. The trending list is now the Three Realms Workplace Roasting Board. Some old-timers who used to act all high and mighty are probably getting nervous now. You can bet they're worried. Chief, here's the latest update. The godly event this morning made a big stir. Lingxiao Palace already made suggestions. They're thinking about regular psychological support for lower-level gods and a way to give feedback. Also mentioned changing how some gods get evaluated. Everyone, this is the new all-world history edict. Looks like a reform is coming, wow. Even affects celestial regulations. All-world history is getting more interesting. Now that the kitchen god list is out, people complain about us plague gods even more, saying we're not as relatable as Master Du, only taking offerings and spreading disasters. Sir, not looking good. The list isn't just drawing in big fools. Now it's shaking our godly foundations. If this keeps up, why panic about that old god event? It's just a side story. Stick to the plan. So what's the status on the Yujing melody at the mansion? All set and ready. Waiting for the timing. You all show your power and collect incense. Spread rumors among mortals at the same time. Say the mansion's warning system failed. And only the plague gods are truly powerful. Or claim the truth list messed things up and angered the plague gods. That's why disasters follow. Make sure the list and its creator get blamed. Understood, sir. That poor mansion isn't totally suppressed yet. An old trickster Cao Shen used the list to get credit again. How do they always get the good stuff? Chief, do we keep going with the Dash's 11th plan? Things are pretty tense now. Keep going. Why stop now? Times like this, we need to remind them. Who really controls disease and fear? Send the order. Pick 3 villages where the big shark passed through. Send a real 3-day plague. Make it fierce, make it deadly. Let's see who trusts him then. Ooh, that fear-mongering again. But Chief, what if heaven notices? There are plenty of reasons plagues break out. Nothing to do with us plague gods. We're just doing our job. Go now. The list. You can dig up old mistakes. But can you really control the present? This deification episode did even better than expected. Looks like gods closer to daily life really resonate more. Plague god activity detected. Divine power fluctuation, affecting the mansion's warning zone. Oh, finally making a move, huh? So what's actually happening? Found abnormal energy gathering at 3 locations. Levels are 300% over the threshold. Evolving toward a serious plague, likely due to plague gods interfering deliberately, trying to use a real disaster to undermine the credibility of Yu Jingjing and ruin Dash's improving reputation. That's ruthless. Can the system intervene?
No.
With current host abilities, the range and power of energy control are too limited. Proposal 1. Anonymously alert local health and special agencies. 2. Send a warning to the mansion or related authorities. Use cross-world communication tokens. 3. Speed up making the next video. Leverage the rankings, influence, and rules. Counterattack by pushing the next video. Put off the one about love gods for now. System. Filter for gods connected to plagues and medicine. Ones with enough influence. And who can intimidate or restrain the plague gods? Do it fast. Recommend Yishin Kaibo and Shenong, gods of medicine. Highly relevant. This can positively reinforce the concept of medicine fighting against plagues. It can offset negative effects from the plague gods. May touch on controversial legacies of magical medicine gods. Kaibo and Shenong are good choices, but it doesn't feel impactful enough. What about the god of punishment? The god of punishment, Lei Gong and Dianmu in charge. They command heavenly thunder for punishment. They can intimidate evil and malicious gods. But their role is rather narrow. Maybe we can go tougher. Does the system have gods in charge of karma and retribution? Ones that punish misuse of divine power. Gods are beings that punish those who hurt living things. Ideally, like the tattoo gods, those guys. Just hearing the name makes you nervous. From the Eastern Pantheon, punishment for karma matches with high-risk targets. Underworld judges and celestial inspectors, plus some special beings from unofficial records. High risk, high reward. Literati gods aren't just following rules. Aren't they exploiting loopholes? Let's invite a real expert on karma. A god who explains retribution, to talk about what teaching means. Cosmic justice stands clear. Retribution never fails. Specifically, who needs detailed research. But we have a direction. But first, give a heads up to Dashan. Let him and the Robe Bureau prepare. System spends 1 token. Send encrypted warning to Dashan and the Robe Bureau, Hua 2. Send an encrypted warning to both simultaneously. Content: Plague God see you is at your alert location. Creating a severe plague. The epidemic is destroyed. Alert breached. Please connect with the medical bureau fast. Prepare for prevention and countermeasures. Coordinates attached. Token spent for interworld communication. Encrypted message sending. Sent successfully. Next, overtime again. Prepare for the next episode. The truth about karma and divine punishment. Tattoo masters, aren't you into the dark arts? Let's see whose cards are tougher. Indeed, the abnormal key has gotten way worse at these 3 sites. Far exceeds the alert model, must be man-made. Urgently allocating plague clearing, taboo blocking medicine units. Prepare remote intervention at these 3 coordinates. Notify guards. Start emergency righteous action plan. Level 3 response. Contact local city gods and earth spirits for support. Yes, sir. But the other side is the Plague God Bureau. We're directly opposing them. Will this be a matter of official duty? What's there to fear? They brazenly break heavenly rules and spread plague. We save lives? That's righteous duty. Mr. Huai too. I'll fully activate the leftover warning marks at these 3 sites. Guide your medicine for precise delivery. And try to disrupt further abnormal key spread.
Thanks.
Dashin.
This may expose your liver stagnation and invite retaliation from the Plague God Bureau. I've endured 2,000 years of this already. Why care about retaliation? If the alert fails, the people suffer. That's dereliction of duty. Let this well water carry our righteousness, flow across every inch of their land.
Dashin.
He dares to make the first move. Metrorats, how'd you get here? Retreat fast, now. Received joint feedback from the tower and Huai 2. Initial intervention succeeded. 3 malignant plague outbreaks have been delayed and partially cleansed. Plague God's moves blocked. Temporarily retreated. Glad we made it in time. But the feud just got deeper. Since the host stepped in directly and affected the ongoing divine conflict, All Realms Genesis system enters a new experimental phase. Unlock the Cross Realms petition box. Now the host can pick the next topic from petitions. Choose the next subject. Petitioners must pay with info tokens. Oh, so now it's taking on requests instead of just system assignments. Interesting. Let's see what's on the list. Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva. That's a big name. Looks like my previous ideas. Already got noticed by some major deities. This connection is both an invitation and a test. Accepting the 5th request. Storing the rest for now. Since we're talking karma and retribution, striking fear into evildoers, who's more fitting than the Lord of the Underworld? But researching Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva, the difficulty and risk are probably off the charts. Accepted petition. Earned 50 info tokens. Extra conditions recorded in the database. Unlocked deep dive on mythological lineage. Buddhist netherworld. Warning. This topic crosses multiple pantheons. Dives into deep philosophy and cosmic laws. Host, please be extra careful. Alright, bring it on. Let those hiding in the shadows see what real karma looks like. Retribution never misses. Next. Chaos Demon God True History Special Number 4. The Mystery of Nether Grudges and Karma. What's the truth behind Kshitigarbha's vow to not rest till hell is empty? Investigation begins. Pull all credible records on Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva. Focus. Origin of the Great Vow. Evolution of hell concepts. Karma calculation and balance mechanisms. Also looking up myth prototypes of similar past life vows and redemption across cultures. Running comparative analysis. Database deep unlock engaged. Loading comparative versions of the Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva's original vow sutra. Sutra of T-selection, good and bad karma, Buddhist cosmos. And diagrams showing the 3 realms and 6 paths. Origins of karma and samsara in ancient India. Dunhuang scroll. Ten Kings and Kshitigarbha illustration. High-res scan on the evolution of the folk million saves his mother's story. Analyzing and comparing sources. Sisyphus in Greek mythology. Prototype of redemption in Christianity and others. Hell isn't just a place of punishment. In early Buddhist thought, it's more like a severe environment for purification and learning, shaped by karma. Kshitigarbha's not resting probably isn't about emptying prisons, but redeeming every soul in them. Rebirth of inner karma. Key point 2, karma isn't just a simple ledger of good for good, evil for evil. It's a complex, feedback energy mechanism, closely tied to the mind. Kshitigarbha's great vow might have built a massive field of willpower to neutralize and guide the transformation of the most stubborn evil.
Karma.
Logical inference. Valid. Need more supporting texts and cross-cultural evidence. I get it, solid research is a must. Not just scriptures, but also overlooked sources on how Kshitigarbha actually works, like how he cooperates with the 10 kings of hell, how he handles personal or karmic grudges, special karmic entanglements here. This might take digging through obscure notes and records from Buddhist masters found during search, scattered passages in masters' biographies and Mingbaoji, Fa Yuan Julin, and other texts. Hundreds of entries total. Cross-checking and refining data now. Now, the goal is to turn these complex ideas into visuals regular people get and really feel the impact. Show the hell scenes. Highlight how karma plays out naturally. Kshitigarbha's image should show his deep concentration and boundless compassion. Let's get started. This time, it's not just proof for a deity, but a glimpse behind karma's veil. Respected Master, with Guangshu and Dasha working together, our plan was thwarted. That Manjin seems the creator of Shijian's sword can sense trouble ahead of time. Useless fools can't even handle this. Sorry, it was my incompetence. However, we've detected the creator's next target. The aura is ancient and cryptic. Seems linked to karma. Karma? He dares touch that realm? Master, so should we. Initiate Palm 1? The target for support isn't the village. It's the city where the creator is. Kick off a wide-reaching epidemic. Cause major panic. Let's see how this researcher researches. Will he just stay busy saving lives? Or continue his investigation? All aimed at the mortal world's achievements. Big move. If Heaven Realm notices, the Heaven Realm? Right now, every department's scrambling with that ranking list. Nobody has time for close checks. Hit them with a sudden epidemic. Do as I say. Stir up the waters. Yes, I'll take care of it now. Sigh. God-making backlash hasn't even faded. And now many divine senses have locked onto the all realms again. Next target, Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva of the Netherworld. This is a matter of the three realms' foundations. Star Nether's reaction is subtle.
10 Kings made no clear statement.
But Dead Soul's obsessions by the Wangchuan River just surged. Aside from that, Plague God's department has moved oddly recently. Something's up. This ranking appeared out of nowhere, but hits the weak spots hard. If its theory of Kshitigarbha and karma is even a little off or incites trouble, three realms' order could shake. Should we take more decisive action?
The Emperor says,
Hold and observe. This list may stir up waves, but so far, everything stated has a basis, and it's exposed long-standing issues, making people think. Forcing intervention may give others leverage. Losing the sense of cosmic fairness. Every division should be on alert. Especially watch the underworld's moves. Prevent all risks. Understood. Abnormal situation detected in the city area. Strange spores spreading slowly. Source is well hidden. Energy is sinister. Long incubation period. Fits Plague God's high-level anomaly profile. All right, here they come. They got smarter this time. No fast outbreak, just in case. With the spread model, first confirmed cases expected in 5 to 7 days. Symptoms like severe flu, with nerve exhaustion, if nothing's done, could escalate into a public health emergency in 2 weeks. Trying to slow me down with this, or force me to show myself. Too bad. System, with my current skills, can I micromanage these spores? Delay their activity or trigger natural decay? Analyzing. Combine device regulation skills to sense and adjust the disease energy. Find effects of local humidity control on the microenvironment. Try adjusting the host's daily activity range to Bowsy within about 5 kilometers. Make them inert. Greatly extend their incubation period. Lower their final virulence, but can't eliminate the source. If you can stall. System anonymous. Send to the city's CDC. Relevant heads of several major hospitals. Send encrypted info to their emails. Suggest increased environmental monitoring and early case screening. Executing. Anonymous alert generated and sending. You want to play big, huh?
I'm in.
But my real battlefield's not here. How's system video production going? Core research for the Kitty Garba episode is done. 85 key versions. Visual rendering is ongoing. All points expected done in 36 hours. Faster. Before the tattoo artist's slow blade makes the first cut, I want my grand feast served. What's going on? Why did this boss batch lose activity? Useless. Can't even handle simple tasks. Sir, look. The No. 3 distributions Tenjiang Baozi lost 15% activity. Spread is slower than expected. It's happening everywhere. Platinum wouldn't weaken this fast. Government must be interfering again. Or is it here again? That damn barrier. Every probe feels like hitting cotton. Maybe. The creator has special abilities. Doesn't matter. The source's nature is slow and sneaky. Even if delayed, it'll still explode eventually. Once panic starts, half our goal is reached. Keep monitoring. Start backup plan. Pick the weakest, dying mortals. Quietly guide them with soul incense to stroll through areas with the highest Baosi concentration, so their symptoms worsen early. I want this city coughing soon. This links directly to souls. That's big hidden karma. Sir, karma. Once we thrive, we can cancel it, just go. Man, I'm old now. Can't keep up anymore. Mr. Zhao, are you alright? You don't look well. Old problem. Bronchitis, just need some rest. Careful, that cough sounds bad. Warning, anomaly detected. Support Baozi activated by abnormal energy. Locked onto 3 weak targets. And speeding up fast. Severe symptoms expected in 24 to 48 hours. Getting desperate now. Going right for the fragile ones. Trying to fast-track cases, 'cause public panic. Out of host's energy control range. Anonymous medical alert sent. But targeting individuals, precise intervention takes time. We can't let them succeed. System, got any ideas? The moment my video goes viral, use any spike in resentful will to hit back against these malicious karma pulls. Just once, even if temporary. Even if it's just short term. Analysis says it's doable. When the truth ranking releases high-profile truths, especially on karma themes, it can briefly draw attention from the rule level. Effects unknown might expose the host's presence. If I'm exposed, so be it. Can't just let folks die. This counterattack. Program it to trigger with the video post. Give priority to those 3 marked targets. Simulating karma manipulation program. Tied to the video posting point. Risk. May alert the Plague Division and its backer. Post it now. Interested? Top 4 Demonic Truths Special. The Weight of Vows. Focus on Kittigarba's great vow as the Lord of the Underworld. Shedding worldly attachments. Simplified Hell Ruler and Savior idol images. Deep dive into Hell will not be empty. The deeper meaning behind his vow not to attain Buddhahood. The real operation of karma's balance. And the true meaning of saving all beings. Misconception 1. Kittigarba is the king of hell, mistaking his core identity.
He's the Lord educating and liberating the damned.
Especially a bodhisattva for those fallen to evil paths. Hell is only one main focus of his work. Misconception 2. Hell will not be empty means busting people out. Misreading hell's nature. Hell is caused by beings' evil karma. A harsh, fiery world drawn forth by greed, anger, and delusion. To cleanse stubborn tendencies. The core of Kittigarba's great vow is saving beings from darkness in their own hearts. His salvation isn't just simple rescue. It's guiding with infinite willpower, creating opportunities for hell dwellers to dissolve and transform their inner karma. Grim scenes aren't just for scare tactics. The point is extreme suffering, to make the soul face its sins head-on. Break attachment. Create tough conditions for change and growth. Spreading enlightenment in this environment is like planting lotuses in fire and storms. Kittigarba's work is guiding the lost. Help them see themselves clearly. That's where growth starts. Kittigarba's vow of hell will not be empty is the highest commitment in mythology to the power of vow-based spiritual energy.
He goes beyond simple miracles.
Touching the realm where mind shapes matter. Philosophy and proto-science of collective karma change. Conclusion. Kittigarba is not some body part, but the peak of compassion and wisdom, the ultimate act of manifested willpower.
His very existence
Is the light of hope in utter despair? Malice detected. Hydraulic traction. Countermeasures engaged. Bad. My soul-guiding incense was cut off, and even got marked. That list, he's behind it. Judge. You have a faint golden mark on you. Marked at night. So fast Kittigarba already? This site. This afterlife nice. Every single word, even when used for novelty. Your big vow and karmic law are explained about 70 to 80% accurately. By a rare one, though his methods are risky, there is still a spark of hope. Seize this chance. Cut off the pull of bad karma. What's unclear will work itself out. This list hits the core, so it's impactful. Tattoo Snake's acts are low. Caught himself night hunting. Jewel Lebu's inspector is watching in secret. If Tattoo Snake repeats this, he'll be shifted to Yancheng for a day. Everyone sticks to their post. Let's watch and see. That's the rule. Kirigarba unit release complete. Huge impact. Warning. Host's mental energy critically low and already exposed. Special reward is being generated. Too late. At least got temporary safety. Host's life signs dropping. Emergency protocol started. Injecting mild life and spirit booster. Who's next for Destiny Incense? High priority detected? Petition, Judge Zhongkui. Request to clear. A millennium-old wrongful case. Debate over mixed standards and subjective guilt. Pending B30 addendum. Extreme emotional conflict. Work stress is high? System, what time is it? How long was I asleep? Host slept for about 6 hours. Mental energy restored to 42%. Body slightly weak. So many new destiny tasks. Judge Zhongkui. Damn, Grandpa can't sit still. Judging for healing and justice. But ended up with a case for the ages. Maybe not enough proof, but clearly wrong. Historical case backlog. Offering a modern legal and ethical third-party perspective to clarify judgment boundaries. Might even overturn some GD underworld verdicts, causing unrest among souls and internal debates. It's a real hornet's nest. But definitely urgent. Not just digging old dirt on an immortal, but shaking up the system. And it's not even fated yet. Not even Kirigarba's tough words scared him off. This petition is tied to fixing fate records. Needs higher clearance or finishing judge-level tasks. Can only partially unlock. Wow, even comes with quest chains. This goes deeper than I thought. Alright, I'll take the judge's job first. Just in time. Let some who think death is the end. Wake up. Accept petition. Info received. Pending B30 database. Unlock comparison of judicial evolution and Young's ethics. Notice, judge's household affairs. Will appear as dreams or official docs. Partial internal case summaries provided. Title is punchier this time. Let's call it Even Iron Judges Make Mistakes. Massive Underworld Justice File Collection. You really submitted the destiny task. All those eons. Just wrapped up Kirigarba's task. Now you're airing Underworld's laundry. Let it air then. I've had enough. Look at these case files. The Song family massacre. Caught the killer. Sentenced them to hell. But the youngest was just 3. Did nothing wrong. But because his family fell, he got pulled in by the resentment. His soul is incomplete. Still wandering on the city's edge. According to old rules, that's correct. But it still feels wrong to me. How is that justice? There are 372 similar cases piled up, including guilt by association, wrongful evidence, and extenuating circumstances. Also situations hard to justify by law. Current codes are vague on this. Most judgments rely on the judge's call. Standards are all over the place. Brother Dong, be careful what you say. Law is the foundation. We can't be ruled by impulse. Restless souls drift. It's also fate. Screw fate. Old Kui, just tell me. If you were in the place of those restless souls, would you accept it? Besides doubts, judges need conscience. Shouldn't we have some conscience too? All right. We're ghosts. So what about the Ghost Sutra? If the researchers really can, dig into old records and books. Find the wisdom people figured out later. And show us a better way. Or at least let everyone know. Our job isn't so easy. It's not all black and white. Something's odd with this case. When they brought her in, symptoms were like severe. pneumonia and multi-organ failure. But the condition just stalled. No more decline. Inflammation markers stay high, but the organ damage progresses very slowly. We've never seen a course like this before. So my dad isn't in immediate danger, but the cause is unknown. Treatment can only address the symptoms. We've already reported it to the CDC. Suspected some new unknown pathogen. You guys as family members need to take precautions too. Yes, it's the spirit guiding incense. The karma mark of reversal? That ranking list is creepy. Daring to borrow Kitagarba's karma. Pathetic, scared stiff by just a tiny backlash. The plan goes on, but with more support. Only slower, not stopped. Panic will eventually spread. Also, seems like the judge side has some moves. Maybe they've sent word to the box, too. Find a way to stir up some trouble for them. Get a few restless ghosts to act up early. Give the judges some headaches. And distract that creator's attention a bit. Yeah, stir up the judges. Do as I say. In these times, you gotta muddy the waters completely. Remember, you guys are marked now, so keep your moves extra secret. Use someone else to do the dirty work, got it? Yes. Alright, the Yufei case. The details of the Fengbo Pavilion. And also this. A Tang Dynasty frontier general falsely accused of treason, his whole family wiped out. Even his household guests got unlucky. The judges really deserve blame here. Zhang Kui added another message. The point isn't to overturn cases. It's about getting an explanation. How to convince everyone, without breaking centuries-old rules. I don't want feel-good talk, just real stuff. This judge is pretty straightforward. Wants real info. Then let's start from legal standards of proof. Evolution of collective versus individual responsibility. Approach it from these angles. Use modern legal ideas and humanitarian views to compare and clash with ancient famous laws. Like the principle of prescribed punishment, compare to those ancient baseless accusations. Presume innocence in doubt. Review old cases with missing evidence chains. Apply individualized sentencing in criminal law and humanitarian perspective to discuss innocent victims involved. The placement issue for souls. Building the logical structure needs a lot of cross-era ethics and law comparison. Visual presentation is tough. The challenge makes it worth watching. The visuals can go like this. Left side, spooky underworld trial scene. Right side, modern simulated courtroom debate. In the end, no absolute answer given. Just offer ideas to think about. That's unfair. I'm not convinced. Yay, mine. Why am I banned from reincarnation forever? Judges are unfair. Gotta get an explanation. Oh no. Why are all these old ghosts suddenly freaking out? Alert the judges, quick. Recently in this city, several cases of severe pneumonia of unknown cause have appeared. Patients show similar symptoms. Cause still unclear. CDC has activated emergency protocols. Citizens reminded to protect themselves. If you have fever or trouble breathing, seek help right away. Sounds pretty eerie. They can't figure out what virus it is. Hope it's not a new plague. Too many weird things lately. Still playing tricks. Trouble on the judge side will come soon too. Need to speed up. War relics fill a whole city. Common people displaced. The general soul stays in one group. Judgment failed. Negligence harmed civilians. Sent to serve in Iron Mountain for 300 years. This verdict, if brought to a modern military court, it'd still be debated forever. Not to mention the soldiers and civilians who suffered too. Cases with blurred boundaries like this make up about 17.8% of underworld backlog. Judge internal disputes often focus on limited understanding in that era, and individual responsibility in group decisions, plus matching severity of results with intent. Matching degree of evil. So Jong-kui gets headaches. You can't get by with just a vague sentence. Especially now with information spreading. Even the ghosts can be more sophisticated than before. This episode needs to be the strict standard. Word about the plague is out. Gotta move even faster.
Injustice.
Back then, at Fengbo Pavilion with Marshal Yu. What was our crime as his soldiers? Why are our souls stuck by the Nether River, never finding peace? And we, our spirits forced to suffer because our lords were weak. I fought to the death as a lowly soldier. Why do I still have to bear the blame for a lost battle after death? Suffering cold winds and aching bones. Something's off. These old spirits complain sometimes, but they never dare attack the court of judges. It's like something's driving them. Those filthy god officers. How dare they stir up trouble in my underworld? All of you listen up. Your grievances. The court of judges isn't blind to injustice. The law is strict. It can't be changed overnight. Today, you were incited to riot in the underworld. That's an extra crime. Restrain them. Separate for supervision. Check them carefully. Kick out that scholar aura for me. Also, hey, kid over there. You better hurry up. I can't hold this much longer. That old judge is gonna give you hell. Even the mortals are starting to panic. A bit late. But panic spreads like a plague. It'll spread on its own, sponsor. We're sending out spirits. The traces are well hidden. But Zhang Kui isn't stupid. He'll suspect us for sure. And as for that one Zhang delay, huh? So what if he suspects? He's got no proof. He can't run straight to the Lingxiao Palace. As for the delay, as long as new cases pop up, panic will pile up. We can wait. Now let's see if the creator helps the judge clean up, or deals with the outbreak first. Received encrypted message from Zhang Kui. Hey kid, when's that content ready? I'm about to get torched here. Those old ghosts have scholar vibes on them. I bet it's the tattoo artists gang causing trouble. Got it. High quality videos take time. Tattoo demons mixed with underworld business. They really are desperate now. Starting fires everywhere. But this video of mine might cool them off. Red X on the life and death roll in the video. The judge's 1,000-year confusion. Accountability and justice dilemma, 95% done. Final rendering and audio check left. Alright. System ready to publish. Uncle Zhang's video will be ready soon. The point isn't to teach you casework. It's to offer a new view for you and everyone watching. A whole new angle. As for evidence against the tattoo crew, if I'm right, once the video drops, when views climb, they make a move. They'll stand out in the rules. Then just arrest or report as needed. Arrest if needed, report if needed. I'm just providing public support. And maybe tech clues. Go ahead and post it. Let's hear what the three realms think about fairness. How many ways can you mock it? Chaos Gods Expose number 3 special. The measure of justice. Focus on the judge system and its eternal dilemma. People picture them as iron-faced and fair, good and evil, judged instantly. But real life is tricky. Case files stack up like mountains. Emotions, logic, and law tangled for 1,000 years. We're not reopening old cases here, just digging into one key issue. In endless time and shifting values, how do we define and carry out justice? It's also impossible to imagine. Every judge has to process a soul's whole life's karma in a time limit, based on complex, outdated laws, and decide their fate. Errors are real. Dilemma 1. Historical limits. Judges follow the rules of the soul's era, but those rules can be unfair, outdated, even absurd. Look from today's view. Iron-faced fairness can come off as super rigid. Dilemma 2. No appeals or procedures. Traditional underworld court. No real defense, no cross-exam, no appeal. Souls just have to accept judgment. Their grievances can't get out. Totally different from modern legal process. A huge contrast. Unfortunately, the evidence is clear. Those plague gods dared use evil magic to mess up order, interfering with black and white reapers. Oxhead and Horseface already caught the source. Report to Yan Jun. Made to heaven. I just marked it. Moved by the backlash at night. It's because it's the 8-character code amplifying a sense of injustice. So even our meddling got dragged in. Zhongkui. Zhongkui is coming in with evidence. What do we do? Start all defenses now. Contact the master or not. We need to hide. Can't stay here. Warning. Host's mind is near its limit. Backlash from karma is steering actions. Now the host is even more tangled with plague gods and their backers. Judge update published. Huge debate, but core reward. 320k. Eye of Bianxi merging. Warning. Karma with plague god deepens. Debate is debate. There's no real answer anyway. Arguing means people care. As for the tattoo crew, we're used to trouble. Zhongkui can hold off the underworld mess for now. But the plague up in the human world keeps spreading. System is checking the wish that all beings turn pale. See if there's any useful info. Also filter wish box for any pleas about sickness. If plague gods love viruses so much, let's chat with a god that can counter them. Can't stop now. Stop, and someone else might get hurt. Parse at 35%. Key point. Some souls can accept the rules of their time, but they want the right to know and the option to appeal. A few want to know if good deeds or later actions can make up for accidental sins. If there's a way or a chance, maybe it can be fixed. That's pretty much like the living. Even after death, no rest. Right in line of work. Victims complain. even environmental victims. Plague gods. Everybody hates you guys now. System accepts all 3 petitions. Theme set. Plague gods. Total exposure. Is it fate's way to stop plagues? Or did people crush it themselves? This time we're opening old cases and linking to real outbreaks. Let's dig them up totally. Complex petition accepted. Earned 48 info tokens. Database major unlock warning. This move will totally piss off plague gods and their backers. The conflict's about to get way worse. At this point, we can't fear them. Spreading plagues, hurting people, riling up evil ghosts. It's all already unforgivable. We're just doing the right thing. Doing justice for the victims. It's Dr. Hua too. These are records we kept in private. They show 36 outbreaks over the past 300 years, dates and severity, and records of the sacrifices requested by the local plague cat god. 7 outbreaks could have been controlled, but they got worse for no reason. Right after, the plague god's followers happened to show up. The data is solid. The timing and places are very suspicious. It can't be used as hard proof, but it's enough to show they're up to no good. This goes against their duty to protect people. You all took big risks gathering this. That shows real heart. Sir, the truth has already come out on the list. We're all willing to act. This time, we'll show everyone their true selves. Li Shizi, I'm backing this with the official seal. To prove how objective this investigation is. Heaven really needs to clean house. Just got a sign from the Demon Queen. Those guys are moving. Along with human doctors in the mortal world. Looks like they've been snared by the ties of fate incense. They're definitely coming for us. Just arrived. Everyone, fall back. All right. If no one's letting me off easy. How many core pods are left in the Wenzhong circle? 3 left. Saitu, what are you trying to do? If that thing's fully triggered, it won't just be a slow plague. It'll be a deadly, raging epidemic. And you can't control where it spreads. Even we'll get hit by the backlash.
Backlash?
You think I'm still scared of backlash now? Zhang Kui's tracing karmic energy. I can't shake his tracking mark. Soon he'll strip our names from the list. Either way, about Nang, we're dead. Go steal it for me. Sneak into the city hospital's water plant, the maker's location. I want that place thrown into chaos. Make that kid too busy to chase us. Even if they trace us in the end, we'll take plenty down with us. Hurry up. Jing, what are you going to do now? We need to confirm the source fast. Let's hear what the center thinks first. They said we'll get some initial data tonight. Good. Stabilize things for now. We still can't isolate a single clear pathogen, but in all patients, we found this unknown leopard structure. It seems to selectively wreck the immune system. It's slow but stubborn. The strangest thing is, its transmission doesn't seem to fit our usual disease models. Severe cases keep rising.
It's slow.
But our medical system's feeling the strain. Key thing is, we don't know the cause. Public fear is building up. There's already people online, tying it to those supernatural videos. We have to stick to science. But job 1 is control. Suggest upping the emergency response level. Widen the screening. And step up public guidance online. Keep panic from spreading. Higher-ups notified us. Another special department has joined the case. We need to cooperate. But don't ask too many questions. Detected 3 high-intensity malignant epidemic sources. They're approaching. Target locked on the North City water purification plant. It's the First People's Hospital and the Central Business District. Subway transfer station. Estimated to arrive and release within an hour. Extremely severe nature. The virus will break out within 48 hours after activation. Estimated fatality rate, 15% to 30%. They're crazy. They actually dared to do this. This is going to wipe out the whole city. The When God division is in a manic state. They're acting recklessly. Current host abilities can't stop the capsule release. Recommendation: evacuate immediately. Evacuate my ass. The alert must be sent. No time for a video. It's all ready. Get the key parts, especially evidence of how they have manipulated outbreaks over the years. Profit chain evidence. Make a teaser trailer first. Post it now. The title needs to be explosive. Urgent. Exposing the tattooist killing KPI. And the deadly poison they plan to unleash for the city massacre. Got it. Working on the video. Emergency production of the teaser trailer. Estimated to release in 8 minutes. High risk likely to directly trigger When God Division's backlash. And deadly attacks from those behind the scenes. Post it. Also, connect me to that petitioner who keeps pretending to be dead. Leave a message. Boss, you've watched long enough, right? The tattooist is about to flip the table. Isn't it time for you to step in? Just me yelling alone as a regular guy. Isn't that a bit unfair, right? Anonymous warnings have been sent out through all channels. Even if they react fast, it takes time to locate, check, and evacuate. Once that capsule arrives, it gets released immediately. Received an encrypted reply from a mysterious sender. Cause and effect is off balance, but need an anchor point. Anchor point. What does that mean? In that area, there exists a strong information source directly tied to the exposure of When God Division's crimes. A powerful info source. As a leverage point, only then can precise suppression work. The video my video, it's the anchor. Hurry. Sync the release countdown to them. Tell them the moment the trailer posts is the anchor point. Activation time. Syncing information. They confirm the countdown is synced to the video release. This will greatly suppress the evil. Liquid's manifestation speed and strength in this area. It will be temporarily frozen in a high concentration dormant state, buying time for physical removal. The initiator and anchor will share the follow-up consequences. Can't care about that now. Publish and sync right now. Oh, what? Activate the emergency plan immediately. Call all available personnel right now. Seal all vent shafts and entrances to underground water facilities. Attention, emergency notice. All passengers, please leave this station in an orderly manner immediately. Head to the surface. Thank you for your cooperation. What's going on? The capsule has been frozen. What kind of power is this? Urgent breaking news. When God Division bears full responsibility, the truth depends on proactive exposure. Evidence chain points to systematic manipulation of outbreaks, using people's lives as leverage for incense worship extortion. What's worse is facing exposure for their crimes. They've gone insane, trying to release lethal toxins on an innocent city. This is not a natural disaster, but a divine calamity. How dare they act like this? Your Majesty, the tattooist. The tattooist dares to challenge the heavens like this. If the trailer is telling the truth, Your Majesty, allow me to. Immediately lead the heavenly soldiers to crush the Wen God division. Arrest the masterminds. I support using heavenly lightning punishment to clear out evil. Your Majesty, there are 3 spots on Earth with extremely high concentrations of evil, all gathering at once. The outbreak process is being forcibly suppressed by a great force of order. There's chaos coming from the Wen God division. Looks like they're desperately fleeing. Heading for the Thunder, Fire, and Battle departments immediately send troops to lock down the Wen God division. Arrest everyone involved. Transfer them to the Immortal Execution platform for trial. Duty officer on watch. Especially coordinate with the Human Realm Special Affairs Department. Make sure to wipe out all 3 virus sources. Heal all victims with full resources. Ensure all lives are safe. Official decree. Tattooists arrested. Your crimes are beyond words. No punishment can atone for you. Surrender now. The Dingxi mirror has already detected abnormal status. It's under some kind of high energy suppression. Purification team, report. Enter the field now. Carry out physical neutralization and removal. Heaven has sent troops to suppress the Wen God division. Human Realm Spec. Special department has locked in and started clearing virus sources. The 3 target zones are now in regional outbreak status. Karma is manifesting. Suppression is ongoing. We won this round. That's a win. System, thank that great-grandma for me. And thanks to Zhang Kui and Hui too. And those doctors and experts on Earth who helped. Send out thank yous to everyone. Heart Sutra. Received a follow-up message from the mysterious person. Still calm and collected. Follow-up cleanup. Heaven and Earth will take care of it. If needed, further investigation can continue. Next topic selection. Focus on how incense worship deviates from its essence and its relation to divine consciousness. This is fundamentally about incense deviating from its real function. It really is all linked together. Sleep. Mr. Lin, you're awake. Finally, you were out for over 48 hours. Your vitals are mostly stable now, but you're still very weak. Mr. Lin, this time it was severe overwork and too much stress. All your body systems were in the red. It's a miracle you woke up. Why am I here? Who brought me in? A Mr. Lee who called himself your friend. He called an ambulance through the emergency line, prepaid all the bills, but didn't show up. Also, when you were admitted, a few people in plain clothes, but with a special vibe, stopped by, checked your medical records, and spoke with the hospital staff. Requested you get the top-level doctor. Thank you. Guess I pushed myself too hard writing. Pulled too many all-nighters. But I feel much better now. Just want to rest. Alright, get plenty of rest. Ring the bell if you feel anything wrong. You'll need a few more days of observation. System report. Host consciousness restored. Confirmed safe. Body is still extremely weak. Recovering. Mental strength rising slowly, currently at 15%. Maine, when God Division members have been taken by heaven. The outbreak on Earth is under control. The host's new teaser trailer is causing ongoing waves across the three realms. Full video production. Recommended to delay. Not bad so far. Who is that chatterbox, anyway? Can you share anything? Insufficient clearance. Incense wish power sounds really mysterious. But when God Division pushing for incense by massacring a city, that's rotten to the core. Let me catch my breath first. Then, go back to sleep. You abused divine powers, endangered the human world, and tried to commit great evil. The heavens can't allow that. Should have been this way all along. Obsessed with incense, daring to do such a thing. But Venus, this probably isn't just the tattooist doing. You're totally right, Your Highness. This case is like taking the lid off everything. The Emperor is furious and ordered all departments to check their own powers, especially those involved with lower realm incense offerings. Better take this seriously. Things won't be so lax in the future. Heaven better get a thorough investigation. Can't let pests corrupt it. Damn, they really slipped away and got off easy. That kid, that researcher really is impressive. If it weren't for his scripture and the trailer at the end, things wouldn't have gone this smoothly. Brother Zhang, be careful what you say. It's heavenly law. But after all this, the underworld's old case's proposal passed in the 10 Yama Kings conference. Much less resistance now. That's an unexpected bonus. Those ghosts stirred up by When God Division are much quieter now. They're all waiting to hear our new ruling. Now the pressure is back on us again. Pressure helps us get things done. Better than things being messy and stagnant. Tell the teams below. Rest easy and start the initial reconciliation process. Begin with those holding the biggest grudge, and where the evidence is the clearest. We owe Nana's petition too. People by the Shangjiang River got their reward, right? No back pay left. Confirmed, all paid. Mr. Lin, you're recovering better than expected, but your health is still weak. When you get home, make sure you rest for at least a month. Avoid intense mental work and late nights. Have regular checkups? Don't forget. Thank you, doctor. Thanks for all your help these days. I'll be careful. Time to go home. Still have tons of bills to sort out. Welcome back. While you were in the hospital, we used some savings to hire reliable home services for deep cleaning and safety checks. Almost didn't recognize the place. Thanks, system. Finally, I'm not broke anymore. But holding this money feels even more exhausting than before. You can filter keywords for offerings in the temple. Related petitions make up 41%. Wow, that's a hot topic. Who's petitioning? From grievances of low-level deities to confusion among those benefiting, and academic curiosity from human scholars. This topic covers a lot. What's the essence of the power of offerings? No, I'm still not fully recovered. Can't daydream yet. System, archive those petitions first. We need to start over. First, let's find the right angle. Can't make it too broad. Best to pick a typical individual case. Got it. Let's start with those hardworking, but struggling low-level gods, like A land god losing followers. Title: Dedicated gods with no KPIs. Still can't get worshippers. Where's the bug in the faith system? Start small, then slowly dig into the core logic and build the framework, searching for cases matching. Low-level gods with little incense but sympathetic stories. Also linking to changes in their faith region's history and public psychology data. Step by step. Get healthy first. Then figure all this out.